The hills are alive with the sound of engines. It's race day here at the Austrian Grand Prix. The Spielberg circuit then is situated 700 metres above sea level, with just 10 corners making up one of the shortest laps of the season. One time around here is a distance of around 2.6 miles, with the best overtaking chances into turn 1 or the tight uphill of turn 3.
Good evening, race fans, and we are back. Smoking Pirellis returns on a Tuesday evening for your viewing pleasure. And there is the driver standings from last season, which is season 7. Ignore the fact that on the thing I've written season 5, I've typo. So, season 7, Chuckle Brothers takes the crown after him and Skills Dan had a little coming together. A couple of laps from the end of that race. Haas also win the constructors. That means for the first time in I think 7 seasons, Skills Dan has not won the constructors championship. Instead was second in Red Bull. Chuckle Brothers, Skills Dan and Dusty were your top 3, but we move on. New season, new rules, new shizzle. It's that simple, really. I'm not going to bother bringing anything else up because it's all brand new. Boom Shankar, and we're loading in. We've got for the new season, we've got a new overlay, as you can see, and we've got a new sponsor up in that top right hand corner, Dubby Energy Drinks. Click the link, get massive discounts, and if you don't, I will character assassinate you for the rest of your days. That's simple. So, welcome back. Why have I put Austria when it's Australia? I'm sure it said Austria. What the hell is going on? Have I got a reading problem? Hold the line, caller, while I just check. Oh, it does say Australia. I do apologise. Let me see if I can fix this really quick. I don't think I can. It's going to stay Austria on the thingy. Really sorry, guys. I could have sworn it said Austria. Do you know what? It's been a really crazy long week, and yeah, I've been really busy the last couple of weeks, actually, to be fair, with work. I actually only got in at about 2.5 hours ago, and I've had to cook dinner as well and get all the stuff ready for this. So I do apologise. I could have sworn it said Austria. My own fault for not reading properly. I should probably prepare a couple of days in advance. I will edit it later. Sod it. We'll pretend we're in Austria. We're in Melbourne, Austria today. What an absolute bellend. Is there anything else that I could cock up this week? We'll see. We've got a race about to start, so we'll find out. Right, anyway, qualifying time. What's a knob? What are we looking for? Right, I want my map. There's my map. Who's coming out first? We've got a few new drivers this season. We'll go through them in a bit. And what cars are in, etc, etc, etc. Yeah, lining up as champions. Let's go again. Let's see how Chuckle gets on, actually. I want him to come out because I've got something for him. Of course, as we know. Where is it? There it is. I've got most of the things sorted out. The only thing I've got wrong is the fucking track. Apologies for that. My daughter doesn't recognise personal space. There we go. Right. There's your champion. He's not out yet. We can't go on board with the champion because he's not actually out yet. Can someone give me an idea of how levels are with the game sounds? Because at the moment, I've had to redo everything. And I've been in a bit of a rush, as you know. Clearly, because I thought Australia said Austria. What a fucking bellend. Nice new overlays for you, and they're all fucking wrong. What a knob. Right, so Zach Johnson is on his first lap. So, who we got? So, runners and riders, David Barry and Sean in the Haas. We've got Shan jumping in lastminute.com in the AlphaTauri to take over from Pedro full-time. In the other AlphaTauri is Death Peacock. Of course, is the death metal band from Devon. Chuck, one half of Chuck and Chuckle, of course, is with Black Box in the Red Bull racing cars. Barbarian and Zach Johnson in the McLarens. Lee Craig and Cameron Poulter are in the Mercedes-Benz. Wasted, and who else is with Wasted? I could just bring up the list to make my life easier. Wasted and Panda are in the... where is he? Where's Panda? There's Panda. Are in the Williams. Then we've got Explicit Simo and his teammate Drunk Pirate, my brother. I'm Urban, he's drunk. They are in the Aston Martin, of course they are. Who else we got? Dylan, X1 Dylan in the Alfa Romeo. Can't park that there. So, oh, dearie me. Yeah, you don't want to put that there. That's completely in the wrong place, my friend. Completely in the wrong place. So, yeah, yellow flag there. His teammate is Rapid F1. We know how quick he is. He's rapid. Simple as. Can he get a decent qualifying position over Dylan? Skills Dan's back, of course. This time he's in the Alpine alongside the Pat. Is it the Pat because he's the Pat? I don't know. Who else we got? I think that's everyone. Have we done everyone? Oh, Chuckle. Chuckle, of course. Reigning champion Chuckle with Naismith. And as Chuckle's on track, we need some of this, don't we? Let's get rid of all this. Go on board with Chuckle and... So childish, and it's still funny one season later. But he is your reigning champion, of course, so does get all the accolades this season. Fastest lap so far, though, is with Skills Dan, looking to take that championship back. And he's vying this time, Skills Dan, for a Constructors' Championship, as Chuckle stole his record, snatched it from him. But he's currently looking purple, is Chuckle. Right, so Rapid F1 leads 17.808. Skills Dan joins him on that front row with a 17.9. I'm really thrown out because I expected him to be fucking Austria. What a bellend. David Barry is with Zach Johnson on row 2, 18.4 and 18.7 respectively. Wasted and Drunk Pirate on row 3. It's an 18.8 and a 19.0. Not anymore. They drop down as Rapid F1 puts himself on pole with an 18.808 ahead of Skills Dan. Sorry, 17.808. Skills Dan with 17.938. David Barry and Lee Craig now on row 2. Chuckle on row 3 with Zach. Wasted and Drunk Pirate row 4. Panda and the Death Peacock on row 5. Barbarian is dropped down one, and that is who's just jumped in there with a decent time. That looks like Panda has jumped in there. Sean put himself in that top 10. Panda just outside that top 10. Still waiting for Shan, Chuck, Explicit Simo, Cameron Poulter, and the Pat. The Pat. Is he named that because he looks like a cowpack, or because he is the only person left in the entire world called Pat? That's probably not the case, to be fair. So, Rapid F1, your pole sitter in this first race here at in Melbourne, Austria. The thing is the way I set my... I've changed the way I do my overlays, right? So I used to be able to edit them really quickly, but I can't. It's not like a quick job now. It's done outside of my streaming software. It used to be done in the streaming software, but I've done it outside. Actually, to make my life easier, I can do it because I can sit on the couch and do it, basically. And do other things. So, yeah, it's a right pain in the arse. I do apologise for that. Get a sticker and just stick it over the word Austria. Or just tell everyone I'm a little bit simple. Or they can just watch for themselves and find out that I'm a little bit simple. How about that? Right, anyway, where the hell are we? Well, we're not in Austria, I can tell you that. So, Rapid F1, 8 minutes gone of qualifying, 10 minutes remaining. Rapid F1 skills down on row 1. Row 2 is David Barry with Lee Craig. Chuckle and Naismith, teammates again, and they're both going for another Constructors' Championship. Zach Johnson and Wasted on row 4. Sean and Drunk Pirate on row 5. Simo and Panda row 6. Death Peacock and Barbarian on row 7. Black Box has done a 1:45.0, is now out of qualifying. Shan and Chuck Brothers still need to put in a lap. Dylan, we saw spinning his car and he's in a wall. Named after my son. I would say, is it him? I know it's not him, because one, that's not his name, and two, I was just speaking to him and he doesn't have a steering wheel or play F1. And he's actually on his way to university now, so there we go. Cameron Poulter and The Pat still to set laps for me. Well, not just for me, for themselves as well would be useful. So, really been looking forward to the start of this new season, which is apparently season 7, not season 5, and in Australia, not Austria. How the fuck? To be fair, at a quick glance, it is an easy mistake to make, right? And I think, do you know what I think it was? Is that I did an overlay for another race coming up that's in Austria, and I think I kind of read Australia and then no, I know what it was. So the last time I used, so I have a base template that I use, and then I change the stuff on top of it depending on who I'm doing it for. And the last F1 stream I did last week on Tuesday was at Austria. So I think I've read Australia and then just thought, oh look, Austria, I just have to change that and that and that. So basically my laziness is the reason why you now think you're all in Austria. Actually, what I think you should change the lobby so it matches the overlay, if that's all right. Can someone do that? Cheers. Nice one, brother. Nice one. Hope you can hear me all right, and hope the sound's coming through okay. Game sounds, and for some reason, since I've changed the way I do things a little bit, when I get the game sounds feeding back to me, feedback quite quietly. So I'm not entirely sure how loud it's receiving at your end, because I don't get an equal feedback of it. So it's interesting if you guys can feedback where we are in terms of sound. That'd be great. I know you can hear me, because I constantly get people telling me to shut up. Anyway, there he is. One more time. Ready? Let's have it. Okay. Right, we're actually going to do a full lap on board with Chuckle as he comes round these last few turns of Sector 3. So we'll do a full rundown of Melbourne, Albert Park, Australia. Right, so you come round the final turn, which is a right-hander, straight on that power. You head down this long straight through the first DRS zone of the lap. You've got a little it's kind of a big chicane, a right-left chicane, back on the power again through the second part. And almost an identical corner coming up for turns 3 and 4. Slightly deeper on the right-hander, a little bit longer before you get into the left-hander, but very similar to the turn you just did. Then you sweep round to this right-hand side, flat out. Just be careful to use all the road and not get wobbly on the grass before you break for this next right and left. And then you've got a lovely run sweeping around to the right hand side through into Sector 2. Then you're around to the left hand side. This is a really long, this is essentially a straight where you are turning. I think he's just clipped the wall there. So he's slowed right up. Then you've got this, and it's slightly re-profiled this. You've got the left and then the right. And there's a spin there from it looked like a Mercedes-Benz, and I hope it was a Lewis Hamilton in it, and I hope he has hurt himself. Then you've got this right-hander. Before you get back on the power, you've got 2 turns left now to the end of this doesn't really count as a turn because you're kind of flat out there. 3 turns left if you can include it. Left-hander there, and then he's going to go into the pits, but you would normally do the right-hander, and then continue on up the road like a bad man. Okay. No change at the moment to your grid this evening. Rapid F1 leads the way. He's done a 1:17.806. Good to see a return to form from Rapid F1. We've seen how quick he can be in the past, but last season just a little bit off the pace. But he is back on the pace now on a Tuesday and leads the way with a 17.806. He's got skills, Dan. Runner-up last season and also runner-up in the Constructors. Perpetually second, which is a bit of a shame. But all you can say to that is... I can't find the button.
How dare you?
Yes, how dare you. That was what I'm looking for. Just for you, man. Just for you. Lee Craig is with David Barry on row 2. Chuckle, reigning champion, alongside his brother on row 3. Wonder why they're not teammates. Naismith and Zach Johnson on row 4. Wasted with Shan on row number 5. Sean with the Drunk Pirate R. R indeed. He is on row 6 with Sean. Explicit Simone Panda are on row 7. Death Peacock and the Pat are on row 8. I'm serious, if I keep doing that, I'm going to get a really sore throat really fucking quickly. The Barbarian Black Box are currently on row 9. Row 10 is currently Dylan and Cameron Poulter. Cameron Poulter still hasn't set a lap. Big Balls Cam, I'm going to call him, because he doesn't like to come out too early, and he's kind of a one-lap wonder. He'll jump out in a minute, and then he'll do one lap, and he'll be like, "Oh, dude." And sometimes it'll be a decent lap, sometimes it won't be. But I don't think Cameron gives a fuck, personally. That's my personal opinion. I don't think he actually cares. And you know what we're missing tonight? We're missing my old mate Jizzy. Where's Jizzy? Why is Jizzy not here? It's ridiculous. So, anyone else looking close to getting pole at the moment? No. Anyone out on track doing a hot lap? Let's have a little looky-see. There's the Aston Martin of Explicit Simo. His teammate is a Drunk Pirate, and there is about half a second between the two of them. Zach Johnson in the lead. McLaren teammate Barbarian hasn't managed better than a 21.7. Currently almost 3 seconds slower than his teammate. Why are you not racing? Why are you not racing, Jizzy? It's for you, man. Yeah, why not racing? I'm good, man, I'm good. Apart from the fact that I absolutely cocked up, did a brand new fucking overlay for the new season, and I absolutely cocked up the first one by putting Austria on it. But apart from that, yeah, my day's going all right. To be fair, like in my defence, right, work's insane at the minute. I've got to cut a really big job that I'm trying to get finished this week, and on top of that, Black Flag Racing Team have they started the Porsche Super Cup last week. We've got 2 World Championships, the Team World Championship and the GT Champions World Cup, both starting this week as well as the Monza 10-hour endurance race, which starts the next weekend, which I'm trying to get everyone prepared for. And meanwhile, we've also got other stuff going on and training and all those kind of things. So I am a little bit up against it at the minute in terms of shit to do. So I will cock up now and again. It's the endearing thing about me, apparently, that I regularly fuck things up. But who cares? You know, it is what it is. Yeah. Do you know, I wonder if that's what I did. Oh, I'm wondering if that's what I did now. Did I accidentally look at Thursday instead of Tuesday? Oh, but I did, didn't I? Hang on. Oh, I did, you know. That means... You know what that means, don't you? That means that the Thursday overlay has got Australia on it. I'm going to change that. Yeah. Well, at least it's easier. Yeah, no, well. Do you know what I need? I need some Dubby. I need some Dubby energy drink to perk me up. Click on the link, get a massive discount. Do it immediately, because if you don't, then they won't send me any money. No, they won't really anyway. No, discounts for everybody that clicks on that link. No, it does happen. It does, absolutely. It's what happens when you're broadcasting every fucking day and trying to hold down a full-time job. Right, so we are 40 seconds from the end of qualifying. Rapid F1 still on pole position. Skills Dan currently joining on that front row. Can anybody change this up now? Cameron Poulter, is he on track? He is now out on track. If he puts that Mercedes on pole with one hot lap, I was gonna threaten to do something completely outlandish, but I'm acutely aware he might actually do it, and I don't want to have to do anything outlandish today, particularly as I've got a lot of work to do. So Cameron Poulter is going to put in one singular hot lap and hope that it's enough to put him on pole. Simo's retired. Zach Johnson stays there. Wasted is done. Drunk Pirate he's done. I didn't have any thingies for him. Cameron Poulter absolutely fucking does it as well. He absolutely fucking did it. What a lap from Cameron Poulter.
Wow, it's very nice.
Applause for that, mate. Absolute brilliant applause. Sat in the pits to the very end of qualifying, and then just brought the car out and did that here at Melbourne, Austria, at the Red Bull Albert Park ring. Yeah, nothing more that you can say than utter brilliance, really. So Cameron Poulter and Rapid F1 on the front row, it seems, unless Skills Dan can improve. Skills Dan, Lee Craig, row 2, David Barry and Chuck Hall on row 3. Row 4 will be Shan and Chuck. Naismith and Explicit Simo, row 5. As Rapid F1 responds to Cameron Poulter's abuse of his lap time and puts in what can only be described as a fucking phenomenal lap. I think I was a little bit too early with this for Cameron. This is now for Rapid F1.
Wow, it's very nice.
It is indeed very nice. Yeah, very, very, very good. He did one of these. He sent it. So there we go. Skills down in the pits. Panda in the pits. Everyone else returning home. Everyone is done. The laps you see are the laps you get. I think I spoke too soon. I was aimed at me. I know it was aimed at Cameron. Yeah, Bosch. Now, to be fair, right, credit where it's due. You didn't end up with pole, but you basically sat in the pits and did fuck all. Came out. You basically spent 15 minutes doing nothing. You had a red rear wing. It's not, to be fair, a red rear wing. It's not bad considering the time you put in. So, here we have it. This is your grid for the Australian Grand Prix. Ignore anything on the bottom left-hand side of the screen. Rapid F1 is on pole in the Alfa Romeo. Mercedes AMG, Cameron Poulter joins them on that front row. Skills Dan and Lee Craig. Alpine and Mercedes on row 2. David Barry and Chuckle, reigning champion in the Ferrari, row 3. Shan and Chuck on row 4. Naismith and Explicit Simo are on row 5. Row 6 is Zach Johnson with The Pat. Sean and Wasted on row 7. Panda and the Drunk R Pirates on row 8. Row 9 is Death Peacock with Barbarian and Black Box and Dylan at the back of the pack. And you're absolutely right. Rapid is looking rapid. And look, we've seen him win races and win titles before. So, we're not. Let's not pretend that we didn't know he was quick. Just in the last few months, he's not really been on the pace. But listen, form is temporary, class is permanent, as they say. So we are pretty much ready to get started, I think. We're not far off it anyway. What am I looking for? I'm looking for something. would have started that a little bit earlier if I'd found the fucking button. Professional as always. It's why you keep me around, right? So here we are on the first formation lap of the season here at Australia. Rapid F1 is your pole sitter in the Alfa Romeo. Cameron Poulter in the Mercedes-Benz. Couldn't be asked to even do this. He's disqualified, but he'll be back. Skills Dan, runner-up last season. He is in the Alpine this year. On road 2, he's got Lee Craig in the Mercedes-Benz just behind him. David Barry for Haas in 5th position with the reigning champion Chuckle in the Ferrari just behind him in 6th. Shan in 7th in the AlphaTauri. He is replacing someone else as full-time driver. Chuck in the Red Bull on 8th position. Naismith, the reigning Constructors Champion alongside Chuckle, of course, in the Ferrari, is in 9th. He's got Explicit Simo in the Aston Martin just behind him in 10th. Zach Johnson is the lead McLaren in 11th, with the Pat in the other Alpine in 12th. TTG Sean, 1993. I'd like to say that was the year I was born. I'd be talking shit. It was probably a year where I got drunk in a park. He's in the Haas in 13th place. Wasted. Is wasted back there. Boom, boom. In 14th position. In the Williams, he's got his teammate directly behind him, Panda 25. Also in the Williams, of course. Drunk R Pirates in the other Aston Martin in 16th. Death Peacock in the other AlphaTauri. Seriously, I might make myself cough with it. I might stop. Barbarian in the other McLaren. He's in 18th place. Black Box. He's going to ride on time in that Red Bull. If you got the reference, you're as old as me. And I want you just to go laugh out loud if you did. And Dylan, X1 Dylan, in the other Alfa Romeo. So essentially, the entire field is sandwiched between 2 Alfa Romeos. One for Rapid F1, one for Dylan. Sorry about that. Combination of a cough that I'm trying to get rid of and cutting massive fucking stone slabs all day and breathing in the brick dust. Right, here we go. This is race number 1 of the new season. We are at Australia. This is Smoking Pirellis. Tuesday night Formula 1. It is 4 lights. It is 5 lights. And we will be away. There's a drive-through penalty straight away for Death Peacock for a jump start and for Panda as well. But we are away. They're going to have to go and do that penalty within a couple of laps. And Cameron Poulter, Rapid F1, butting out for the lead straight away from the line. But Rapid F1 wins out and just gets the Alfa Romeo just ahead of Cameron Poulter. We start at lap 1. There is a yellow flag. Who is tanking? Nobody. It looks like nobody at the moment, but we'll see just what happens. Okay, everyone looks to be pretty much safely through. Dylan looks like he's made a great start, as has Black Box, up to 12th and 15th respectively. But Rapid F1 opening up a massive gap right from the outset. 29 laps, of course, here in Australia, and it's just under 1 second from Cameron Poulter, Rapid F1 in the Alfa Romeo. Places gained. Let's have a little looky see. We'll go for the tyres in a minute. No one really gives a shit, to be honest. So, places gained. The entire top 7 are where they qualified. Rapid F1, Cameron Poulter. Skills down in 3rd. Lee Craig 4th. 5th is David Barry. Chuckle is in 6th place. Shan in 7th in the AlphaTauri. Then we've got movement all over the racetrack. Explicit Simo is gained 2. He's up to 8th position. As David Barry and Chuckle Brothers swap positions. Chuckle making a move up the order. He wants to retain that championship. And the best way to start doing that is to win the first fucking race, my friend. Sean in 9th. He's gained 4 places. Explicit Simo gains 1 more as Shan drops down to 8th. The Pat in 10th place has gained 2. Sparks just flying out the back of that car. Sean in front of him. Skills Dan and Lee Craig having a little ding-dong battle there for 3rd. Black Box has gained 8 places. That is a phenomenal start. 4 gained for Drunk Pirates. Death Peacock also gained 4, but he's got drive-through penalty to serve, of course. Naismith having an absolute mare. 11 places lost for him. He's down in proper last. So, front 2. Look at this battle between the front 2. Cameron Poulter trying to make a move round the outside, and he makes it stick. Cameron Poulter into the lead of this race, and they are absolutely powering ahead of the rest of the pack. Lee Craig in third, 3.4 seconds back from Cameron Poulter and Rapid F1, who are side by side almost, going through this final sector on lap 2 of 29 here in Albert Park, Australia. This is Smoking Pirellis Tuesday F1. This is the start of a brand new season. Race number 1. Reigning champion Chuckle in 4th place. Runner-up last season, Skills Dan, dropped down to 6th. Places lost already for some of the better drive on the certainly the championship contenders. I want the telemetry off. I want the tyres on. So the majority opted to start on the medium compound tyre. Skills Dan explains his losses gone for the hard compound tyre, looking to run a bit longer. That's a Shan and Sean. Shan and Sean and Black Box and Panda and Naismith. They're all on hard compound tyres. Naismith into the pits. Wasted. He's wasted no time in putting those soft compound tyres on. And the only one that has done so, which makes you wonder one of two things. Is it a stroke of genius and they're free-thinking, out-of-the-box kind of guy, or is it a fucking stupid idea? That's why nobody else did it. That's the big burning question of the day. Genius masterstroke or fucking stupid idea? Answers on a postcard to P.O. Box. I don't give a shit. Cameron Poulter now leads from Rapid F1, having got that Mercedes-Benz ahead, just pulling out a little bit of a gap, 0.4 of a second, but not able to really pull away. Rapid F1's going to stay in there. Now we're going to have some DRS getting involved. It will help Rapid F1 make some moves on the back of Cameron Poulter, and not quite close enough that time to get anything out of it. But you know, sometimes it's better just to sit in there behind the car in front. Let them pull you along. You can save a bit of fuel. You can save your tyres a little bit. And just sit in there behind them and let them do all the hard work. Let them take chunks out of their tyres. Let them burn their fuel down. So they have to fuel save more later in the race. And then that's when you can go, hammer time, hammer time. But Chuckle, he just looks like he was cutting in some grass there, but it seems to be all right now. He's up to 3rd already. That gap to the front two is 3.1 seconds. That's our first retirement of the season, and it's Barbarian in the McLaren. He's out of this race already. Only 4 laps into a brand new season, and he is gone. So Chuckle up to 3rd. Lee Craig, although Chuckle's up to 3rd, he is 4 seconds back. But the safety car will close it all up. So let's have a little looky-see at who is where and where is what and who is where and what. Cameron Poulter leads the way. Rapid F1 is just behind him in 2nd. Chuckles gained a few places up to 6th position ahead of Lee Craig, running in 4th. David Barry is just ahead of Skills Dan, who are running 5th and 6th respectively. Explicit Simo coming into the pits from 7th. Shan coming in from 8th. So that promotes the Pat. The one, the only, the Pat. Up to 7th. Black Box is up to 8th. That's a lot of places gained for Black Box. He's really riding on time. Drunk Pirate has necked some rum and gone vroom, vroom, vroom. He's up to 9th place. Zach Johnson is up to 10th. And then we've got X1 Dylan is in 11th. Shan in 12th. Panda running in 13th. 14th is Sean. Explicit Simo on the soft compound tyre. This safety car will help him look after those for a little bit. Running in 15th. Wasted is in 16th. Ahead of Chuck of Brothers fame. Death Peacock in 18th. Naismith in 19th. And we've lost from this race a Barbarian. And you have to wonder, so you got Chuckle and you got Chuck Brothers. It's kind of like when we had Michael and Ralph Schumacher racing at the same time. Chuckle being Michael, of course, because he's won championships, and Chuck just being, he's the brother of the other one. I'm only joking, man. You should bring it to him this season. You should win the championship this season, and then you can have like a Chuck Brothers face-off, champion of champions face-off. Right, tucking in behind that Aston Martin safety car. Lap 5 of 29 here. at the Red Bull Ring in Albert Park, Melbourne, Australia. I can't get over that cock up. The irony is that I actually did it correct, but I did it for the wrong Smoking Pirellis League. I did it for Thursday. And, got mixed up. Oh, well, it is done now.
My dog stepped on a bee.
That's the face I pulled when I realised we were in Melbourne and not Austria. So waiting for the safety car to return to its little home in the pit lane. Talking to pit lane, Shan is in there. Chuck is also in there. And Shan picking up a penalty for speeding in that very same pit lane. So staying out for at least one more lap. The Aston Martin safety car. Lap 6 of 29. As I briefly mentioned earlier, it's a really, really busy week, Black Flag Racing TV. We've got a number of World Championships going on. You may have noticed over the weekend we had the Porsche Super Cup. That's a 10-week series, but it's every 2 weeks. So we won't have one this week, but we did start last week, so that's quite a busy competition. Then this weekend is the return of the oldest GT championship in history. So long before PD and Sony were running their own manufacturers and drivers competitions in Gran Turismo, there was GTFusion. It's in its 15th year, and it returns this weekend for for its first set of races for 2023. Essentially 6 races over the season. It is a team-based championship where everything is based on ELO, and there is I did at last count, it was over 200 competitors competing this weekend. Black Flag Racing TV are broadcasting one of the amateur groups, I can't remember which group it was, Group N I think or something, on Saturday, and Group B of the pro groups on Sunday. And when I say pro groups, we're talking about teams like Prima are driving in those pro groups, so do check that out on Sunday. Right, so Cameron Poulter leads the way from Rapid F1. Oh, of course, also we've got the GT Champions World Cup as well, which is the early hours of the morning. You won't be awake for that because we're all in the UK and it's sleepy time here when that's on. Anyway, we restart this race with Cameron Poulter picking up the Mantelata safety car. He puts his hammer down and into turn 1 he goes in the lead, and Chuckle looking to make a move on Rapid F1. Can he find a way through? A little bit wide, takes a little bit of grass there, and Drug Pirate has been to too much rum, couldn't keep his car on the road, and he is out of this race. Is that another safety car? No, it's not, but I'll tell you what, Chuckle is going hell for leather, and he wants second place from Rapid F1. Rapid F1 weathers the storm, but while he's been defending, Cameron Poulter says, "Leroy Dragon!" And he is gone up the road as fast and as far as he can get that car, while Rapid F1 was holding off the very, very forceful advances of Chuckle Brothers. Shout out to David Barry and Black Box. I'm not Radio 2, mate. I'm only joking. Yeah, massive shout out to David Barry in 5th and Black Box in 8th. I'll tell you what, Black Box had an absolutely phenomenal start in that Red Bull. Didn't get a chance to do a decent qualifying. Did a 125, which was way off the pace, and then was a DNF in the qualifying. But straight from the back row, has worked their way up on those hard compound tyres, up into the top 10. And Simo is gone. And I bet he's saying something incredibly explicit now on those soft compound tyres. Can we see a broken, explicit Simo? No, we can't, because Shan is jumping into the pits. And it is safety car number 2 of season in race number 1. How many safety cars are we going to have this season? I'll tell you what, let's do a little kind of guessing game thingy that we'll play. So we'll play guess the amount of safety cars in the season, right? And each week you can put in a new guess, depending on how many there's been the week before. So I'm going to guess that over the course of the entire season, there's going to be 27 safety cars. That's my guess. I'm going to write that down right now. That's me. And I'm going to stick with 27 for the whole season. I'm not going to change that view. I think there's going to be 27 safety cars. I'm acutely aware that's quite a low number considering we only need 3 in a race for there to be 30. But I have a feeling there's going to be some where we just don't have any safety cars. So there we go. So 2 down already of that 27. If anyone beats me, if anyone gets closer to that number than I do, then I will... I'll be nice to them for 1 whole week. I won't say anything horrible, and I won't. I'll make you a theme tune. It'll probably be bum, suggest me a big fatty, but I'll make you a theme tune anyway. Right, so Chuckle is in the lead of this race, but that's because where are they? Oh yeah, Cameron Poulter and Rapid F1 have both been into the pits under this safety car. So. Well, it looks like last season's championship table because top of the tree, there's Chuckle. Oh, bored of that now. Yeah, there we go. He's leading the way from Skills Dan in second place. Black Box, what a phenomenal start. Let's remind you that Black Box was on the back row just 9 laps ago. And is now in the top 3 on hard compound tyres in that Red Bull racing car. Just had a shout out from their friend Darren Robinson. Who's also given a shout out to David Barry in 13th. But yeah, fantastic racing from them thus far. Sean is up into that top 4. He's just behind Black Box. Death Peacock, the death metal band from the 4-piece death metal band from Devon. They live just outside Torquay, and they all live in a garage. But the entire band also race. So you've got the drummer does the loud pedal, the brake pedal. The lead guitarist does the accelerator, and then you've got the lead singer turns left, and the bass player turns right. And that's essentially how they drive. That's full on true. So when they're not shouting angrily at a room full of goths, they are playing F1. Wasted in 6th place with Panda just behind. Teammates are running very, very similar times. 6th and 7th. Chuck is up to 8th again. A lot of drivers now on the hard compound tyres looking to take it long and deep and far into this race. Cameron Poulter now on those hard compound tyres, looking to finish the race on those and hopefully regaining the lead once everybody nips into the pits. Rapid F1 just behind, was on pole, started really well, then Cameron Poulter took that lead and Rapid F1 at the moment not being able to find a way back through. Naismith, his teammates are currently in the lead of this race. He's running 10 places back. But on the hard compound tyres now, been on those for a while, 7 laps on those already. So question mark on whether they can take them to the end of this race. But I'm sure they know what they're doing. Of course they do. Lee Craig running in 12th. David Barry in 13th in the Haas. The Pats, 91. There's 91 Pats in 14th place. 15th is X1 Dylan. Zach Johnson is 16th. Shan is in 17th place. We've lost Explicit Simo. We've lost the Drunk Pirate. And we've lost Barbarian. So safety car is in this lap. And we will go racing again here at the Red Bull Albert Park in Australia. Yeah. Can't believe that shit. It's what happens when you trust me to do stuff on my own without supervision. Let's go on board with the Black Box and see how Black Box starts or deals with the restart, shall we say. So the Red Bull there, we will see them come around these last few corners. They're allowing that safety car to disappear off into the distance. and it will be pulling into the pits as we speak. Around the final corner. Anyone caught sleeping? Well, Black Box already a second behind. Should really have been tucked right up behind Skills Dan coming out of that final corner, but just dropped back a little bit and not really in a position to not only do anything with the top two, but to keep Sean at bay. Sean tucked right in behind and looking to make some moves themselves. Death Peacock in 5th place in the AlphaTauri, and just turning left now. So that's the lead singer making that happen. Wasted in 6th place, and Panda in 7th. Team orders, or they're going hell for leather, balls out. No one cares about Team Shizzle. But there's your front two. Chuckle on 10 laps in on the medium compound tyres. Skills Dan 10 laps in on the hard compound tyres. And already the current championship champion. That's what I was looking for. The current champion. Seriously. So someone needs to come here and slap me. Or maybe I need to drink one of the W energy drinks. W have been so kindly to become our new partner in crime. So yeah, I should probably get some W on board, and then I will stop fucking things up. Chuckle leads the way, 1.8 seconds now from Skills Dan, just pulling away with that better grip on the softer slick tyres with a 121.8 in the Scuderia Ferrari for this particular season. There's Skills Dan, he's in the Alpine. He is now 2.2 seconds back from Chuckle. But outside that 1 second dream zone for Black Box is outside that. So no DRS for Black Box. 1.1 seconds is the gap back right now. Sean nicely tucked in the DRS zone, which will be available to him very shortly behind Black Box, and potentially a move going to be made on Black Box for that top three. Death Peacock. Don't often see Death Peacock up the business end at the moment. But bear in mind that a lot of these guys out front still need to pit. I think Cameron Poulter from backwards. I think, excuse me, I think everybody has already pit. What am I looking for? No, there stops. Idiot. Well, so no, the top three haven't. It's only the top three that haven't. So Sean, Death Peacock, Wasted, Chuck, they've all stopped already. Chuck stopped twice. And he's in the top 7. awful cough. Panda hasn't stopped either. Panda running in 9th. So now we have some yummy DRS. Does that make a difference with Black Box? It does now, because Black Box is closed to within 1 second of Skills Dan. And it's going to get some DRS here. Or was he? I don't think he was close enough here to use the DRS. So, not this time, but the next DRS zone is as they come into Sector 3, essentially. I should mute the mic when I do that, but I'm not going to, because that would involve me actually caring whether I sell your ears or not. Chuck will lead Skills Dan in 2nd, but for how long? Because Black Box is really putting the screws on now, trying to find a way through, and just make it difficult for Skills Dan. Tucked behind that Alpine, and we'll see in a minute. We'll come round here, and then we'll see that rear wing open. Will we? There it is. Rear wing open. Skills Dan trying to defend. Not like I can really do. Kind of forced the Red Bull a little bit wide there. Should Skills Dan have left more room there? I think, he's ahead. He's certainly in the position that he's allowed to defend. Should he give it a car's width there? I think the fact that we came upon the right-hander and the end of the DRS zone, I think will give him the benefit of the doubt there. But for me, that's a bit naughty, Daniel. I think you could have given him a little bit of room. You put your Alpinus right in the way. And the Red Bull almost touched it. All right, that's the one. That's the screen one. Okay, so Black Box couldn't make that move. And is just outside the golden kind of 2.5 tenths that kind of guarantee you a great slipstream. Dirty Dan, yeah. Yes, I know I'm tired. I would probably have done the same. But, you know, you are risking the other car. Of course, if the other car's going quicker than you, you are risking an accident there. So, I don't know. I would have done it, though, because I don't give a shit. I genuinely don't give a shit. I'm very much like, I'm not going to fucking win, so I'm not going to let you win either. So Dan and Black Box are still battling it out. Dan is back ahead, but this is not over. In fact, by any stretch of the imagination, this is not over. Because here is Black Box now, the good run out of the final turn here, and a bit of DRS, and a bit of ERS, and a bit of slipstream. We could see, I was going to say we could see Black Box gaining really quickly, but he's just not. Wasn't close enough out of that final turn to make that move in the DRS zone there. So, next opportunity we're going to have to see a DRS overtake, unless he gets the overtake done before then, of course, will be as we come into Sector 3. So we come through that kind of really long, re-profiled chicane. Then we have the DRS zone, where he nearly took the position last time. But he just needs to ramp up that pressure now and just stay well under the wing of that Alpine. We've lost Explicit Simo, we've lost Drunk Pirate, and we've lost Barbarian from this race. It's lap 15 of 29. We had a fuck ton of safety cars out. Well, we've had 2. But now it's calmed down a little bit, less crashy. And here we go, rear wing open, boom shanker. Can he make the move on the Alpine this time? Dan's going to do the same thing. He does the old switcheroo this time, Black Box. He's got the inside line. Can he make the overtake? Oh, no, he can't. And he has to tuck in behind again and wait for yet another opportunity. And it must be so frustrating. You know, you get so close and you think you're going to have an opportunity, and then again, just snatched away from you. But all 3 of those still running out in front still need to go into the pits. This time, he gets a much better run out of the final turn, but again, into turn 1. Skills down just ahead. Round the outside goes Black Box. Doesn't happen that time. Black Box is all over Dan at the minute. And while they're messing around, through comes the other Red Bull for Chuck. And Black Box must be absolutely fucking fuming. He's been absolutely battering the back of Skills Dan for the last couple of laps. And his teammate comes in and says, oh, fuck you, it's my turn, man. It's my turn. A little bit of team orders. Engineer getting on and going, let him through. He's faster, Max. And Max like, fuck you, I'm not letting no one through. I don't care. The little fucking Mexican, fuck off. And then the little Mexican's like, hey, but you gotta let me through, man, because I did it for you last time. And Max is like, you know I ain't doing that shit. But anyway, Chuck Brothers is ahead in 3rd now from Black Box. And I don't know what happened there, but if anyone that records that and plays it back to a psychiatrist, I will be getting them any white coats to take me away. So there we go, Chuckle. 11.4 seconds clear. It's ridiculous. We do have another safety car, of course. By the looks of things, I don't know why. 4 stops now for Shan. Shan's loving it in them pits. So Chuckle comes in. I think Skills Dan. Surely Skills Dan's going to come in now. Skills Dan is coming in. Chuck is coming in. Cameron Bolter is moving forward. So everybody has now been into the pits at least once. So all the option tyres have been used. Lap 17 of 29 here, with our 3rd safety car of the season. Now, I've guesstimated we'll have 27 over the course of the season. We're already above the delta. So I'm already at the stage where I need a race with no safety cars to bring me back on track. How much does that fucking suck? And of course we're at Austria, and there's always a safety car at the Red Bull Ring. Right, so 3-second time penalty for Black Box. That'll be for swearing at his teammate when he does all the work and his teammate comes in to try and take all the accolades. But yeah, that was a great move from Chuck though. Chuck saw his teammate struggling ahead to get past Skills Dan and took the opportunity to say, I don't care if you're my teammate, I'm having it, son. I'm having it, son. Right, so Chuckle He pit from the lead. He was 11 seconds clear. He's now in 4th position. He is behind David Barry, who's behind Lee Craig, who is behind the leader, Cameron Poulter. We've got 2 Mercedes out in the lead. And the last time we saw that was when Toto Wolff had his little sweetheart deal with the FIA, and he stuck with the big bell end Lewis Hamilton in one of the cars, and the compliant little puppy dog Bottas in the other one, and won a shit ton of Constructors' Championships that were basically handed to him. And brought that the bell end Lewis Hamilton along the way for some nice, cheap World Championships that he didn't really earn. He basically just... It's basically the equivalent of getting into a fight, you being Mike Tyson and the guy you're beating up being Barry McGuigan. It might be professional, but no fucking hope. Yeah. That's my dig about Mercedes gone. Cameron Poulter from Lee Craig. David Barry from Chuckle in 4th. The Pat and Skills Dan running 5th and 6th. So the Pat has got in between Chuckle and Dan, who were 1st and 2nd. It's now they're now 4th and 6th. Chuck is still behind Skills Dan. He's had 3 stops in this race. If he finishes in that top 3, or even anywhere near that top 5, really, considering he's had to do 3 stops, he's not doing too shabbily. Sean running it in, excuse me, 8th place. Darth Peacock is in 9th. Rapid F1. Early great start, and has just dropped off the radar a little bit. Don't know what happened to Rapid F1, but that initial early pace that saw him kind of battling out front with Cameron Poulter, nowhere to be seen now, and he's back in 10th place. Wasted in 11th. Naismith in the other Ferrari, he's running in 12th place. Black Box, who was bagging on the door behind Skills Dan before this safety car, now not even banging on the door, the top 10 right now. Zach Johnson in 14th. Shan is running in 15th. Dylan is running in 16th. And 28 seconds back, and he's facing in the wrong direction. And that gives me an opportunity to do...
You can't park that there, mate. You can't park that there, mate.
I haven't got to use it enough today, to be fair. 45 seconds back now. So here we go. Safety car going in. Let's go on board with a Chuckle Brava. Chuckle Brava. We'll do that. I'm not playing the music. Oh no, let's do it. Shall we? He's going to make the overtake. He's only going to use his theme tune to make the overtake on his hard. Round the outside, maybe. Under braking. Oh, little touch. The halves of David Barry and Chuckle Vision just touch a little bit. I was hoping the theme tune would spur him on to make the overtake. And I'll tell you what, David Barry, a little bit aggressive. Not going to just give it... Oh, and there's a spin. There's a spin from Chuckle himself. And he's down to now 13th, 14th. Back on the track behind the AlphaTauri Shan. So just gets a little bit too eager to get back on the power there. Loses the back end, tries to rescue it, can't rescue it. And round he goes. And he's down into 15th place. Just goes to show how quickly things can change. So, Dylan in 16th place. We've lost Panda, Explicitissimo, the Drunk Pirate, and Barbarian from this race. Cameron Poulter leads the way from Lee Craig, the 2 Mercedes-Benz out in front. And this will give them loads and loads and loads of constructors' points as they start this new season. Lee Craig just 9 tenths behind his teammate. Then we've got the Haas of David Barry running in 3rd with Skills Dan, who will be pleased to see Chuckle quite so far down the order. I'm sure there is a little chuckle coming from Dan right now. Now he knows that his biggest... and let's be fair, they are championship rivals. Cameron Poulter's obviously going to be in there because you've got to be in it to win. David Barry, we saw some great pace from him actually towards the tail end of the season. So we know that they've got some pace, and Naismith's pretty quick. Black Box has shown some pace in this race so far, although it has now dropped off the radar a little bit. Rapid F1, we know, is capable of a decent lap or 10. Black Box making a move on Death Peacock. Right, so Cameron Poulter from Lee Craig, David Barry from Skills Dan, Chuck in 5th, Sean in 6th. Rapid F1 is running in 7th with the Pat in 8th position. Naismith, he's there in that Ferrari, just in behind the Alpine of the Pat, who is now the Pat is now 1.5 seconds behind that kind of DRS train that leads from Cameron Poulter, well, actually from David Barry really back through Skills Dan, Chuck, Sean, Rapid F1. Then we've got Pat and Naismith running here, and it looks like Naismith's getting a really good run on Pat out of these corners at the moment. And that will be purely because he's just getting that traction down that little bit better. Hard tyres, of course, for the Pat makes it a little bit easier. DRS enabled. Here comes Naismith. Can he make the move? He's up the inside. Didn't get defended very well there by the Pat. And through goes Naismith. No, not yet. He's getting followed by the AlphaTauri of Death Peacock. Death Peacock trying to capitalise on the overtake by following him through, but has to tuck in behind the Pat. And can he get his own move done now? And there he does. He makes that move. There is the Pat side by side. They are being very, very brave, but Death Peacock just winning out, and the Pat has to tuck in. Now Zach Johnson might be looking to have a go. There's Naismith disappearing off up the road. 3-second time penalty for X1 and Dylan. Chuckle making some moves back through. He had a big spin early on. He was in 4th and trying to push his way forward. And then found himself facing in the wrong direction briefly, spinning round and round and round, and he's back on the track now, 11th position. So 4 places gained, rear wing open for him. He's got Zach Johnson behind. He's going to be chasing after the Pat. Here he goes. He did look up the inside then, thought better of it. He's going to make the move somewhere else. And he knows he's got DRS coming out of the final turn here, and this is where he can make that move. So here he goes. He gets on that power nice and early. And here he goes. He's got the rear wing open. The car in front does too, but he seemed to get a bit better traction. Can he do anything into turn 1? No, because the problem they've got now is Naismith is giving Death Peacock, who's giving the Pat, who's giving Chuckle, DRS. So with another shot of DRS, this time he tries to make the move. They're so close together. He's going for the switcheroo. Switcheroo not on. Real well defended there by the Pat. And he's holding Chuckle at bay quite convincingly at the moment. But that surely, there's going to be a time when those tyres are just going to stop working for him. And Chuckle does finally get that move done. And Zach Johnson manages to follow through as well. So the Pat losing loads of places at the moment. Out in front, the 2 Mercedes-Benz, Cameron Poulter and Lee Craig. Gap is 1.7 seconds. Cameron Poulter just starting to open up a little bit. 22 laps have gone. There is just 7 laps remaining here at Albert Park. Lee Craig in the other Mercedes has Chuck Brothers for company. And then we've got, this is where the DRS train is. It is from Lee Craig. We've got Chuck Brothers. David Barry, we've got Skills Dan. We've got Sean, Death Peacock and Chuckle Brothers, and the Pat and the Black Box, and Wasted and Dylan, all past Naismith. So Naismith having a problem. Is he facing in the wrong direction? Well, he's going slowly, but he was at some stage facing in the wrong direction, I imagine. But not anymore. He's facing in the right way, but so far back, it's ridiculous. So the 2 Haas running side by side almost, with a Rapid F1 right on the back of Sean. Can he find a way through? As Death Peacock picking up a 3-second time penalty for screaming too loud at a Goth. That's true, that's what it's for. Rapid F1 making a move around the outside. Made it look all too easy there, Rapid F1. And now up on the back of the other Haas. This is where another opportunity to take a Haas will arise. DRS, wing open, of course. Although David Barry in front does also have their own DRS. Skills Dan, so close there. Makes the move on Lee Craig. Up into 3rd goes Skills Dan. Does Lee Craig now find himself under pressure from David Barry? The answer to that question is fuck yeah, but they're all under pressure from Rapid F1, and he's under pressure from Sean. Death Peacock's doing nothing to help that battle at all. Look how close they're all running. Skills Dan just trying desperately to pull away from Lee Craig and move up the order. So Lee Craig now was in second. He's now in fourth. Chuck up to second. Skills Dan up to third. He must be so pissed off. He couldn't get past Chuckle. Chuckle was ahead of him. He couldn't stay ahead of him. He went floating down the order after a little spin. And now Skills is tucked in behind his brother. He basically has been staring at at one or the other brother's arse for some time now, and I'm sure he's not overly happy about that. There is a yellow flag in Sector 2 because someone is going slowly. That is Shan. He is now back up to speed in the AlphaTauri, but he's 40.6 seconds back. No, he's not. It wasn't Shan. I lied. I absolutely lied. I'm sorry. It was Death Peacock who crashed and then got disqualified. He must have got stuck somewhere. I apologise, Shan. It wasn't you. You were last. Death Peacock, though, is now qualified. Disqualified. Very, very different things, aren't they? Cameron Poulter in the lead of this race. 1.3 seconds to Chuck Brothers. Skills down 1.5. You've got one for facing the wrong way. Do you want one of these? You can have one of these if you want.
You can't park that there, mate.
There you go, just for you, mate. That's why you got disqualified, because you can't park that there, mate. Yeah, don't face in the wrong direction. It's not the right way to go. Right, so Cameron Poulter, 1.3 from Chuck, who is 1.4 up from Skills Dan. 1.6 to Lee Craig. A rapid F1. He's putting some pressure on the back of Lee Craig in that Mercedes-Benz. Can he get the AlphaTauri and the Alfa Romeo into that top 4? Potentially chasing Skills down for a top 3. Fastest lap from Shan, who's back in 15th, 120.1 in the AlphaTauri. David Barry and Sean in the 2 Haas cars. They're sandwiched between Rapid F1 in the Alfa Romeo and Chuckle, who's made his way back up to 8th and he's about to make another little mover and side by side with the Haas. Bravery personified, but decides not to make the move that time. Wants to stay in this race. Every point will count. Look, this is the first race. You can't be disheartened if it doesn't go too well in race number 1. But, of course, you want to have a really, really good start to the season. Especially if you are the reigning champion. Which is why it pleases me so much to see Lewis Hamilton when he's not doing well. Because it just pleases me to see that man upset. The dog-killing, fucking wank-puffing. Chuckle Brothers is now up to 7th. Good overtake there. Although, Sean not giving this up on his back. Coming back at him. And back up into 7th to Chuckle. Having to settle for being sandwiched now in between. And we've got a big battle coming on here. Because he can't get the move permanently done on Sean. And that's allowed Zach Johnson and Black Box to get involved here. Look at this battle from the front of Black Box's Red Bull. It's such a good view of those cars jostling for position. Chuckle Brothers is now ahead, but everyone's going to get DRS behind him, and the Haas trying to shuffle around as Black Box makes the move. What a dive! Is he going to get ahead of her? He doesn't get ahead of the Haas. I thought he was going to get ahead of that Haas, but he is now tucked up behind the Haas. Zach Johnson having another go at him. He's round the outside. And they did touch. Red Bull into the wall. Boom Shanker. And I'm sorry, but that is all over for you.
Johnny loves Chachi.
And Chuck is also out of the race. 2 Red Bulls gone on the same lap. Safety car all around. Yes. Please. So we've lost both of the Red Bulls, Chuck Brothers and Black Box. Where did Chuck come a cropper? We can see that Black Box is now disappeared. I can't see where Chuck's car is. So that has freed Skills Dan in second. Cameron Poulter 2.2 seconds clear. Obviously that will come down now as the everyone tucks in behind the safety car. which they'll pick up once they start lap 28. So, my prediction 27 for the season. This is safety car number 4, and we're going to finish the race, I think, under safety car conditions, because they're going to pick up this safety car at the end of this lap, which is 27. That'll be lap 28. So unless the safety car comes in after just one lap, then we're not going to be going racing anymore, and we're going to have Cameron Poulter in a Mercedes-Benz win this opening race at Australia, having seen Chuck and Black Box crash out on the last lap. Panda's gone, Simo's gone, Drunk Pirate's gone, Barbarian's gone, Death Peacock disqualified for parking the car in the wrong direction. Awful for them guys. So quite a lot of drivers gone, 7 drivers in fact, for those that can count good like me. So let's assume this safety car is not coming in at the end of this lap. This is how it looks for the end of the race. Cameron Poulter from Skills Dan, Rapid F1 from Lee Craig, David Barry from Chuckle, Sean is ahead of The Pat, Naismith is ahead of Wasted, Zach Johnson ahead of Dylan, and Shan bringing up the rear in 13th place after 627 pit stops today, or 6. One of the two, I can't remember. It says 6 there, of course I know. Of course I actually know. Driver of the day is going to be, well, it's going to be ordered to Dylan, but you can, to be fair, he might have gained 8 places, but let's face it, most people behind him have crashed. I think it should be Sean, because he's gained 6 places and there are more than 6 people behind him. Well, no, it's exactly 6 people behind him, but there we go. No, great racing from everybody, but our safety car, isn't it? We are going to have one racing lap. Who likes them apples? Me, I like them apples. They are very tasty apples.
Everybody strap in.
Thank you very much for that, Sam.
What happened here was a miracle, and I want you to fucking acknowledge it.
Oh, it's acknowledged all day long. All day long. So, who should we go on board? Let's go on board with Skills Dan. Can Skills Dan take the first checkered flag of the season from Cameron Poulter, or does Cameron Poulter hold on? What about Rapid F1, your pole sitter? Can he improve? He had a really bad middle stint to this race, but improve significantly. Here we go. Last lap of the race will commence. No DRS, just racy, go, go, go. Cameron Poulter from Skills Dan. Skills Dan not close enough to make a move there. Is Rapid F1 close enough? He's not, because Lee Craig makes the move with Rapid F1. He goes a little bit wide though, and there's a penalty for Rapid F1. So it's all about, and Chuckle dives through up into 4th. Who would have thought when Chuckle was spinning back 8-9 laps ago that he would now be in 4th place, potentially looking at a top 3, because Rapid F1 has a penalty to serve. So Rapid F1's job right now is to get as big a distance as he can, if he can, on this final lap. We're heading into Sector 2, and we're on board with Chuckle as we're heading towards the line for the final result of the first race of the season. There's Rapid F1 trying to pull a move on Skills Dan up the inside. And he forces Skills Dan a little bit wide. That's going to give Chuckle Brothers a great run. They touch, just as they did in the final race of the season. They touch again, and Chuckle is into the gravel, and he's going to have gravel all over his, all over that car, and he's going to drop right down the order. So, how's that affected Skills Dan? Well, it's affected him badly too, because he is also. He's ahead, but down in 11th place. So they touched in the last race at the end of the season. They've touched again. They're going to have to get the dull out and show the judge exactly where they've been touched. Cameron Poulter wins from Sean. Rapid F1 in 3rd. David Barry is 4th. Naismith in 5th. Zach Johnson in 6th. Et al. What a finish to race number 1. How do you like them apples? But there is your race 1 winner. Cameron wins out in the Mercedes-Benz, holds off the charge from behind to take the big W. And the big talking points of this race, the first and second of the championship, the 2 guys that crashed out near the end of the final race of last season, have another coming together on the final lap in the first race of this one and drop down out of the top 10. Never saw that shit coming.
You have stolen my dreams, my childhood, with your empty words.
Thank you very much, Greta. Now stick your electric car up your big fat vagina. Well, what can we say? Thank you very much. What an awesome race that was. So we'll do a quick rundown, of course, once we've splashed champagne everywhere. We'll have the full rundown of where everybody is and where the runners and riders have finished up. So there we go. Cameron Poulter takes the win in the Mercedes-Benz over Sean from the Haas. Rapid F1 in the Alfa Romeo rounds out that top 3. David Barry, good points for Haas, finishing in 4th. The Ferrari of Naismith picking up some points in 5th. Zach Johnson in 6th in McLaren. Shan in the AlphaTauri in 7th position. The Pat in the Alpine was in the 8th. Dylan in 9th in the Alfa Romeo. Wasted in 10th place for Williams Racing. The second Alpine of Skills Dan finished in 11th, just ahead of Chuckle. They had a little coming together. Chuckle actually retired from that race in 12th position. I wonder if that would give him any points. Lee Craig also retired in the Mercedes-Benz. Chuck in the Red Bull DNF. Black Box in the Red Bull DNF. They both DNF on the second to last lap. AlphaTauri Death Peacock in 16th. Did not finish. Neither did Panda. Neither did Explicit Simone. Neither did Drunk Pirate or Barbarian. Chuck Brothers has left the session. And that's what Urban Pirate's about to do. Thank you very much for joining me. Apologies for the absolute fuck up on the overlay. But Boomshanker, what a fucking first race of the season that was. How do you like that shit? Right, so we move on. Next week, we're not at Australia, because we were at Australia this week. Next week, excuse me, yet again, we are here at Silverstone in Great Britain. That's the American thing, isn't it? Yeah, we'll see you here next week for the Great British Grand Prix. We're obviously back on Thursday with more Smoking Pirellis for their Thursday night shenanigans, which will be at Austria at the Red Bull Ring. But all that's left to say is thank you very much for joining me. I have been Urban Pirate. This is Black Flag Racing TV with Smoking Pirellis. We are back for another season. And some things have changed, some things haven't. It's all about Chuckle and Dan smacking the shit out of each other on the track. It's been emotional.